Hello, Internet. It is day 34. Oh, this is where it gets tricky. It's a new month, but the count to do consistent 365, my brain is already starting to fry at 34 days just because it's a new month. It is Tuesday, and, so what can I talk about? Yesterday was the speed dating event. Today was the, hey, people like you. I have matches that were mutual, and I have matches where the guy's like, you're cool, you're pretty cool. And there was one where I was like, I acknowledge I made so all the guys I spoke to, and this would be my encouragement. If there are any guys watching, and you're like, do I want to date? Speaking as a very awkward woman myself, I would recommend speed dating to everybody. Because I think the one thing, like I said yesterday, very helpful was just getting out there and talking to someone. You read mannerisms and whatnot. And so I give props to all those guys. And I'm flattered that I had people who are like, you're cool, I want to get to know you more. One guy, I didn't say let's take it further, only because he just genuinely seems like a nice guy looking for something more serious, and I don't know. So I don't think it would be fair. One guy, I was like, dude, you seem like a really nice guy, but I just am not attracted to you. I'm sorry. And then there's one guy who I was like 50-50 because he is cute. But do you have the things where you're like, I don't like this person, and they could be an awesome person, but it's just things that you don't buy. And there's a couple things where, and I was like, I feel bad about, but there's something about dating that you gotta think things through. And so with my mutual matches, let's see what happens. This is where it begins, right? See if they reach out. If they don't reach out, do I reach out? Who knows? Sort of died. And then I came back to life. I'm still sick, but I think I sound like myself. So what is today? If yesterday was a fever dream, today is the hangover. Today's the hangover. I kind of want to stay in my fantasy, but reality has to move on. Today I was confronted with, super embarrassing. When you know two people who look alike, but you call somebody by the wrong name. That happened to me tonight, and I don't know how do I address it and say like, dude, I know who you are, I just been calling you the wrong name the whole night, or do you like just hide away in your shame and hope they didn't notice? They totally did. I also got a chance to meet a new church friend who looks. Have you ever met someone who just looks cool? Like, I don't, and I'm not saying this that I see myself as, like, not cool, but there's a standard of cool, right? Like, there's that girl who in high school, there's two versions of cool. There's, like, the popular cool, where let's think high school cliches, where they're, like, either the cheerleader, or they're in sports, or they're like in the in crowd. And then there's the cool where like, I don't care what society says, but they just have aura. You know what I mean. I'm not good at describing it, but everyone in this world knows what cool means, and if you are or if you're not. I would never describe myself as someone who's cool. Quirky, cute, easy to talk to, awkward as tortured, artist, creative. What else? I'm trying to be. What else? Other words. Bad at confrontation. Full of issues. Still stuck in a little bit of a fantasy. Trying to decide what reality is. Christian. Faithful. Not loyal, though. There's a difference. Faithful and loyal are different. Why am I not a loyal person? Because I suck at commitment. Horrible at discipline, which explains a lot about my life. But cool. Like, I try to be. I think one of the elements is like I've always wanted to own a leather jacket, and not like kind of like the motorcycle, but like that leather jacket you wear over this hoodie. You know, that's one version. There's also the leather jacket of like, it's a little bit of Outsiders vibe, Soda Pop. I don't know, mysterious. Anyway, I won conversations, and I know she probably wouldn't describe herself as cool, but there was like an aura of cool, and I'm like, dude, why are you so cool? I am not cool. I'm intimidated by cool, I think, as much as I long to be cool. Like any kind of like aviator sunglasses, and even, but in my search for loving myself and just meeting people, and I think being more honest and everything, I am okay with that. I'm okay if I walk into, like, okay, let's do celebrities. And this is not disparaging any celebrity, but I'm trying to think of celebrity names. No, see, that doesn't work, because every celebrity name I'm thinking of, like, there's a role that makes them cool. Okay, we won't go celebrities. But here's one thing I'll say. I just met this person, this friend, potential friend, and initial aura gives cool, confident, collected. And as I get to know, I'm not going to put her in a bubble of just cool. There's more to her. I know there is. And I'm not going to put myself in a bubble. Alright? I can be cool. No, I can't. Okay. But it's okay. It's totally okay. But I think that's why I always long to write those kind of movies, those kind of characters, because that's something that I don't think I'll ever be. Like, I don't think I'll ever be someone who can live, like, rock the John Wick world, you know? Where even if I know how to, like, shoot a gun, or, like, I don't have a cool walk. I kind of, like, skip. Or just thump. Anyway, I am a cartoon character. Like, anime is cool. I am a cartoon character. Like, Tex Avery. Early Looney Tunes, like the 90s Looney Tunes. I'm Elvira. Is it Elvira? Anyway. Did I? Oh, you know what I did? Yesterday was Midwinter's fever dream. Today is a day in the life of a hangover. You know what? Hangovers get bad reps because the pain, the what did I do last night? What am I doing with my life? Head torture. And then there's embarrassing stories that come from hangovers. I have one that's like, maybe I'll share it one day with the internet. But like, I think about it and I'm like, bro, no, you can never drink like that. But the silver lining of a hangover is it kind of, because everything is like the echoing, the reverb like you had speakers, the feedback, and there's a bit of pain, but as you do that, or at least as I do that, and here's a silver lining, you have a chance to think about it because you're completely out of control. You made decisions, and now you're the consequences of the decisions, and you're completely out of control. You just have to let it happen. You have to let the alcohol flush out of your system to feel better. And those times, you get a chance to think about, how are you going to do life? Are you going to do it right or not? And I think that's what this whole thing is. Every day, as I'm like, I do the thing where I'm like, I'm 34 days deep. I don't have anything to talk about. Do I talk about those humdrum aspects of my day? Do I treat internet? Do I give you a nickname, internet, to the people that I'm not talking to future me that I was gonna see this? Because I have no expectation of people stumbling. I'm not even optimizing, and I will never optimize it. But at the same time, I'm aware that if the algorithm brings it your way, that could really be God being like, hey, you look at the stranger who goes through the same questions, who goes through the same trials and traumas, and I think, and this is telling that I'm of a specific generation, The Real World, the reality show. I'm a big fan of the confession closet. This is my confession closet. Unplanned, unrestricted, just the wrap up of the day, or even the thought. Try not to plan too much. Try not to be too polished. Admitting without admitting, because there still is the internet. Internet can be a scary place with lots of people that can... Oh, no, but yeah, I don't know. And I know I'm feeding the big AI machine with more words, and I hope that I am feeding it more positive words, more thoughtful words, more, definitely more anxious words. I'm a bundle of anxiety. I need to work on that. But at least I think as all of this that I'm speaking is getting recorded down in my hangover state without drinking, I have yet to have a drink. Emotional hangover. That I bring positivity. In that I bring people just a story, just data. That's the whole truth. Data of what it's like to live in America 2026. And maybe just, see what I take in. But also try to do the thing where make tomorrow better. It doesn't have to be perfect, but every day with its good and bad, I'm a person who tends to focus more on the bad. Let's make tomorrow better. Let's have a good day. Okay. The hilarious thing is, every time I start this, I'm always like, dude, what do I talk about? And then, for almost 14 minutes later, I'm like, damn, you've been talking for 14 minutes-ish. So yeah, I'll end with that. Good night. I need to catch up on my Bible reading. It's so bad. I've been shortcutting it. Let's do things better, folks. Let's be better. For no one else but for you, but for me.